Guys, so the guys are going to be reacting to a video. Just subscribe, because I know you guys subscribe so much, but I don't, you guys don't, because I only have 90 subscribers. But today, guys, we're going to be reacting. I feel like I say that in almost every video. I feel like, But we're going to be reacting to Patrick Mahomes. There's a serious problem for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Challenge of properly compensating the best player in the NFL by far.
He recognized that he wanted to give the club the flexibility to build the team around him. No matter what he makes over his career, I'm sure one way or another he'll be underpaid.
Tom Brady is widely considered to be the greatest football player of all time. And if there's one human being that could potentially beat his incredible list of achievements, it's Patrick Mahomes. No, I'm not saying this as like some crazed lunatic fan. It's actually the truth. But there's one thing that we've seen in the past that could sabotage everything for Patrick Mahomes.
What is he?
We're going to get to that in just a sec. Before we get to the content, we're on the grind to 700,000 subscribers. And when we get there, we're going to be giving away $500 to 5 subscribers that turn on
Okay, that's fine.
the channel. Now that we get first extraction on the 1212 where and scratch the
free current NFL QBs who can challenge Tom Brady's GOAT status. That's what it says on this. I gotta say Patrick Mahomes, current. Patrick Mahomes at 1. Joe Burrow at 2. Justin Herbert at 3.
That Tom Brady had. I mean, we've seen players get very close, but I don't think there's a player that has the opportunity to potentially get there more than Patrick Mahomes. And it comes from multiple factors. The first one being the fact that Patrick Mahomes clearly is a gifted football player.
Yeah. It's not like he's just in the right position. Obviously, Travis Kelce was a great tight end before him. Tyreek Hill was only there 1 year before him, and he was mostly a returner. So, but it's pretty obvious he has skill. It's not like he's just in the right position. It's like we all know he has skill. It's basically been proven that he has skill.
I mean, this past year he won NFL MVP.
Yeah.
He won the Super Bowl. He
Second.
threw for over 5,000 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. While the Kansas City Chiefs also traded his best wide.
If he had Tyreek Hill, he would probably have over 6,000 yards. That's crazy.
Away, and he has to create a rapport with some brand new wide receivers as well. Which, by the way, he's gonna have to do again this season.
And I want to say something. I don't want you guys to think this is crazy, but he doesn't have the best wide receivers. If they traded Juju Smith-Schuster, Kadarius Toney's really good, but he's more of a returner. But I still love you, Kadarius Toney. But yeah, they don't have the best receivers. Travis Kelce's the only 1,000-yard threat.
But let's put that aside, because obviously he has the on-field talent.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of quarterbacks that understand how the NFL salary cap works more than Patrick Mahomes. Typically, quarterbacks try to hold out to make as much money as they possibly can. In the case of Tom Brady, he was swayed by the Patriot way and Bill Belichick, and the fact that his wife at the time was one of the most successful supermodels of all time. Tom Brady didn't necessarily chase market-setting contracts throughout the prime of his career, and I think that definitely played a hand into his success as well. 3 years ago, Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year, $450 million contract extension with the Kansas City Chiefs, worth up to $475 million with incentives. So this paid him $45 million a year annually. Prior to this, quarterbacks were getting paid $35 million a year annually, and this deal runs until the 2031 season. Now, at the time, there was one critique about the deal: the fact that signing a contract for that long could
because he came out retired that time.
potentially make the contract outdated, and Patrick Mahomes actually did his best to forecast that, but that didn't necessarily become the case. A little over a year after Mahomes' deal, Josh Allen signed a 6-year, $258 million contract extension, averaging $43 million a year. And then Aaron Rodgers became the first.
Boo! Doesn't he make it $3 million a year or something? I mean, like $3 million a game?
$50 million per year quarterback in March of 2022. Deshaun Watson would sign a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract following a trade from the Texans to the Browns. Now you have Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson beating out Patrick Mahomes' contract as well. And now with the recent extensions of Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson, both averaging $51 and $52 million a year annually. This is before Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow get their contract extensions.
And we know they will by at least one team.
Highest paid QB in the entire NFL. I don't necessarily know how much he cares about this, because I think this is going to play out to his favor quite wonderfully. Now, you currently have the general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs saying that he expects to revisit the Patrick Mahomes contract, and he's going to get a pay bump prior to the beginning of the 2023 season. But Mahomes actually has a decision to make in this regard, and historically, he seemed content with the amount of money he makes, and the fact that he was able to win a Super Bowl while making this type of money is no easy task. He's the only quarterback I know of that signed a top 5 quarterback contract and still won a Super Bowl despite being under contract for that long. Could you just think about how great you have to be to win a Super Bowl despite your best wide receiver getting traded, who is clearly a top 2 or top 3 wide receiver in the entire NFL? So Patrick Mahomes does have a huge decision to make in regard.
And thinking about the year Tyreek Hill had last year, he had like over. I'm gonna search it up because now you guys can't argue. You're gonna have a good year. You're gonna have a good year last year. Shit, bro. What do you mean? He had a great year, bro. You guys can't argue that. Let's see, Tyreek Hill. So, he's 29. But if you search up Tyreek Hill stats for 2022, he had receptions 109, second in yards with 1,710, and second in touchdowns with 7. Heck. Justin Jefferson near the NFL with about around 100 yards more. Travis Kelce was in third. But to think about how crazy, well, Travis Kelce's in fourth, but you get what I'm saying, right? Who has the fastest 1,000? 11,000. Right. But you guys get it? Yeah, that's crazy.
Regards to his contract. But what if I told you this video isn't even about Patrick Mahomes' contract? Because, well, it's more about the talent surrounding Patrick Mahomes. Last year, there was a huge question about how much success you could expect Mahomes to have as a result of the Kansas City Chiefs trading away Tyreek Hill. Our phones.
Yeah, you don't expect him to win the Super Bowl. You expect him to maybe. It's pretty obvious he would go to the playoffs just by himself, but him and Travis Kelce.
For draft picks, it's something that we all expected at some point or another. Whenever you pay your quarterback that maximum contract, it might be difficult to retain all the talent around him. And in the case of the Chiefs, they let go of Tyreek Hill and they parted ways with Tyrann Mathieu as well. It seemed like the Chiefs decided to invest heavily in the offensive line instead, trading for Orlando Brown Jr. a few years prior and bringing in Joe Thuney as well after Patrick Mahomes suffered his first loss in the Super Bowl versus Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is what brings me to my current concern about Mahomes. I'm not necessarily worried about the human beings he's going to throw the football to. I'm not necessarily worried about the fact that Eric Bieniemy is now with the Washington Commanders as opposed to the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, hell, it seems like Kadarius Toney might be the new number 1 guy on the Kansas City Chiefs, and if that is the case, I genuinely love that for him, because he was getting compared to Tyreek Hill during the pre-draft process, so seeing him in this...
What? If you hope Patrick Mahomes succeeds in the NFL, just shut up, man.